Hello kids, hope you all are doing well. Uh, in the previous video we had seen that the resistance can be combined in two ways, series or parallel, and both. Okay, this also we had seen that when we have connected resistors in series, the current I remains constant. Okay, that is, it remains the same. The potential difference is nothing but it becomes the sum of individual potential differences, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3, and equivalent resistance, that is RS, resistance of series, is nothing but the sum of individual resistances R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. Okay, please go through the circuit diagram which I have given you here. These circuits are extremely important from exam point of view. I have told you before also to practice the circuit diagram. Positive, negative, the flow of current, how the voltmeter is connected, everything is extremely important. Now you have to understand the differences in between the series and parallel resistors. Okay, in the first diagram you can see the resistors are connected in series, that is one end of first resistor is connected with the starting of the second resistor and so on. That is considered as the resistors in series. Today we are going to discuss about resistors in parallel. Okay, what does this mean? It means that a number of resistors are said to be connected in parallel if one end of each resistor is connected to one point and the other end of the resistor is connected to another point, so that the potential difference V across each resistor is the same and is equal to the total applied potential difference between two points. When resistors are connected in parallel, the supply of current I is equal to the sum of currents through each resistor. Now about this we will discuss later on. First, let us understand what do you mean by resistors in parallel. Please observe this diagram. Just observe R1 and R2, how they are connected. You can see two dark dots are given, that is both the ends are connected to the points of each of the resistor. This type of arrangement is known as resistors in parallel. Okay, this is the statement for resistors in parallel. When resistors are joined in parallel, the reciprocal of the total resistance, that is Rp. Rp, when it is written, it is resistors in parallel. Okay, of the system is equal to the sum of reciprocal of the resistance of resistors. That is, when it is connected in parallel, you have to take the reciprocal, and when it is connected in series, it is the simple addition only. Okay, so these are the two main differences in between the parallel and series when you apply this formula in the solving the numericals. Okay, please remember this statement along with the formula. Okay, now let us derive that particular equation. The activity also given in your book on page number 213, activity 12.6, where you have to do the arrangement of the resistors the way I have shown you on the screen. Okay, then you have to of course take the readings. There you will be able to understand the current will be varying, that is the current will not be same, but the potential difference will remain constant. V is constant here, whereas I is going to be changed. Now if you focus at point X in the diagram, what happens? The current is simply coming from the battery. It is reaching point X. Now from point X, three diversions are there, three ways are there. So what will happen? That current I is going to get distributed among these three ways. Are you getting my point? So this is the reason that in parallel combination, the I is going to be changed, right? If we suppose that from R1 resistor, the current is I1, from R2 it is I2, and R3 it is going to be I3. Are you getting my point? The current is starting from the battery and it is reaching X. So from the battery till X it is the current I. Now from X, three different roads are there, I can say in simple ways. So three different roads are there, so that I current is going to get diverted in I1, I2 and I3 respectively. Here the potential difference capital V is the same. Okay, so when we will take the sum of these three currents I1, I2, I3, what we will get? We will get the total current capital I. So at the point Y, again what we will get? Capital I only. Hope this is clear to you people. Okay, we know that Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. So of course I is going to be V upon R. Please remember this equation 1 and 2. Now we have to apply Ohm's law to individual resistors. So as we had discussed that for resistance R1, for resistor R1, the current will be I1 and resistance will be R1. V is constant. Similarly, for second and third resistors, you will be able to get 3, 4 and 5 equations. Now we have to combine all the equations. We have to simplify and we will get the final formula for resistance in parallel. Okay, so please go through the derivation again. This is extremely important from your exam point of view. Okay, so both series and parallel, the diagrams are important, the derivations are important and the sums are important. 5-mark question is definitely asked from any of these three. Even all these three, not both the derivations are asked, of course, either of the derivation along with the sum. Okay, so this is extremely important. Fine, hope you have clearly understood this. Let us recall what we have done. The potential difference V remains the same. The current through the circuit is the sum of currents through each branch of the circuit, that is I1, I2 and I3. The reciprocal of equivalent resistance Rp of the circuit is the sum of reciprocal of the individual resistances. Okay, you can remember this also, you can remember the previous one also, whatever is your conveniency. You have to remember these three statements for resistors in parallel. Okay, now let us see what are the advantages. Parallel arrangement divides current in different branches and hence each component receives the required amount of current. Now if suppose R1, R2 and R3, R1 needs only 1 ampere current, R2 needs only 2 ampere current and R3 needs only 3 ampere current, and total what we are sending 6 ampere current. So this way individual component will get the required current. It is not like that in series. What happened, the current is constant, right? And if R1, R2, R3, I am talking about series again, if among R1, R2 and R3, if connected in series, if any one resistor is fused, or if something is wrong with that component, then what happens, the entire circuit fails, right? But in case of parallel circuit, if any of the components fails, the rest will work as usual. Why? Because the current is different in each of the components in case of parallel combination. Okay, in our household circuit also we get the combination of series and parallel also. Okay, it is not like that only series circuit is arrangement is used, but maybe the combination is also used. Okay, so these are the advantages of parallel arrangement of resistors. Okay, now let us see the example. Two resistors R1 and R2 having resistance equal to 20 ohm and 30 ohm respectively are connected in parallel in an electric circuit. Now I have told you before also that when you get the when you have to solve the numericals, whatever is there, you have to draw the rough circuit. Okay, then and only then it will become easier for you to solve any of the things, because during the exam you are in hell lot of tension that maybe here it is given parallel, and while calculating it may be possible that you do the calculation according to series. So I request to people, whenever you get the sum, you have to draw the circuit without fail. Okay, if the potential difference, that is V, across the electric circuit is 5 volt, Find the electric current I flowing through the circuit and total resistance, that is Rp. Okay, given terms you have to jot down. We know that you have to jot down the parallel formula. Now one mistake happens over here, that when you get the final answer 1 upon 12 ohm, you directly write the answer as 1 upon 12 ohm, but it is not 1 upon 12, it is 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon 12, though your resistance will be 12 ohm. This is the major mistake is done by majority of you. Okay, so keep this in mind when you do the solving of parallel combination. Okay, then you have to substitute the value in V to find the current. Okay, so this way, this is the easier one actually. So please go through it. If any mistake you find, please let me know, like before also. Okay, this is the second and most important sum, because in exam majority of the times such type of sums are asked. Okay, please observe the circuit given. First of all, you can see R1 5 ohm, R2 10 ohm and R3 15 ohm are given, right? Three resistors are given. Among R2 and R3 are connected in parallel to each other. So what is your first work? You first have to find the resistance of parallel, that is R2 and R3. Okay, then that is going to be your capital R, and then you have to add R plus R1, then you will get the complete resistance. Hope you are clear what I have said. Here three resistors are given. Among that R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. So first you have to find the resistance of parallel for R2 and R3. That will be your, suppose, capital Rp or R. Then your whatever answer you have got, that is for Rp or R, you have to add it with R1 to get the final total resistance from A to C. Hope you are clear with this now. Okay, now let us see what is given in the question. Three resistors are connected as shown in the figure. Through the 5 ohm resistor, that is R1, current of 1 ampere is flowing. So they are talking about AB first. Okay, so what is the potential difference, capital V, across AB and AC? Find the current I through the other two resistors, that is R2 and R3. Okay, and find the total resistance, capital R. Okay, now let us see again. First let us find A. For A, what are the terms given? For A, they have given current also, which is 1 ampere. Okay, that is I1. And for R1 also we have 5 ohm. Now if we will substitute the values in V, obviously we will get voltage easily. That is potential difference across AB. Now the most difficult part comes, that from A to C, how can we find voltage? That is your potential difference. So for that, what do we need? Of course we are going to use Ohm's law only, V only we are going to use, right? But the thing is that for R2 and R3, of course the currents are also different, and their potential difference is also going to be different because they are in parallel, right? So first what we have to find, we have to find the resistance in parallel, which is going to be 6 ohm. Please go through the solution given. Okay, potential difference across PD across BC, that is V2, that is also going to be 6 voltage. Potential difference across AC is nothing but potential difference what we have got for AB and BC, so that we are going to get the total potential difference 11 volt. Is this clear to you? I'll repeat. First, to find potential difference across AB is very easy, because for AB, of course, we are going to use V only. So V1 is equal to I1 R1. From that, voltage is easily got, that is our 5 volt. Now the thing is that between A and C, we have got AB plus BC. Please use your mathematical logic. If I want to measure the distance between AC, what I need? AB plus BC. So if I want to measure the potential difference between AC, so what I need? potential difference of AB and potential difference of BC. So that you have to work upon that, and then you have to find the potential difference between A and C. Okay, now let us see how the current is measured. Of course you have to use only VIR. Okay, current through R2, that is I2 is equal to V2 by R2. V2 is nothing but it is 6 voltage. You must have found it on the A. Okay, so please substitute the values and get the current for resistor 2. Now current through R3, that is going to be your I3, which is nothing. You have to deduct I2 from I1. Okay, substitute the value and you will get that 0.4 ampere. Now if you will add I2 and I3, that is I2 is 0.6 ampere and I3 is 0.4 ampere. If you will add, you will get 1 ampere, right? Are you getting my point? So this way also you can do the cross checking of your answer. Total resistance is quite easy. R is equal to R1 plus Rp. Just substitute the value and you will get the final answer. So this type of complicated things are definitely going to be asked in your exam. I wish and I want that you people will do this sum at least for 3 times. Okay, so that it will be easier for you to understand the concept. Okay, now these are the 2 questions I have given you. One I have given you that of the circuit also, circuit diagram. Okay, first also please draw the rough circuit so that it becomes easier for you to do the calculation. In question 1b, I have not given you the answer. Why? Because you have to find the current for each resistor, that is for electric heater, lamp, fan, computer and exhaust fan. Whatever answer you will get, if you will add it, obviously you will get your answer C. So if something is wrong in your solution of B only, you will not be able to get answer of C question. Okay, so please do the needful and do it on your own, and if you have any problem you can ask me. Question 2, again total effective resistance of the circuit. You can see 5 ohm and 20 ohm are given in series. Similarly 15 ohm and 10 ohm are given in series. So first you will find that 25 ohm and 25 ohm, right? Now 25 ohm are connected in parallel. You have to find the effective resistance by using the formula of parallel. So in your question 2a, you will have to first use the series formula and then parallel formula. Okay, and the total current flowing in the circuit. Then you have to just simply put the values in VIR. VIR for V, potential difference is given 24 volt. You have to use your brain that ma'am voltage is not given, but you have to observe the circuit. Okay, so please solve the numericals, and by tomorrow evening you have to send me the derivation written for 5 times, numericals, and you also have to solve the numericals which are given in your textbook on page number 214 and 215. Okay, example sums are only there. Please understand the concept and then solve. Okay, so hope you have understood the resistors in parallel very well. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me. Okay, have a good day. Thank you.